I call this the worst father of all time. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful family. A mom, a dad, and a 3-year-old girl. They would do everything a happy family usually does. Like go to the park, have picnics, watch movies together, and play games. One morning, the child was playing with her dolls at the table as the father was drinking coffee and reading a newspaper. The mother was cooking pancakes, and as she dropped off some pancakes to the table, she kissed her husband and told him that she loved him. He responded, "I love you too, sweetie." And he looked at the child and smiled. The child smiled back in love and happiness. At that moment, the father flipped the table and kicked his daughter's chair from underneath her. Without any words, he grabbed an already packed bag and brought it to his car. He walked back in the house and whipped his penis out and started peeing on his wife. When he was finished, he zipped his pants up and got in the car and drove away, with no explanation, and he never returned. 24 years later, the little girl is grown now, and she's at the altar of her wedding. Within time, she managed to live a stress-free life without her father, and fell in love with a great man. Right after they kissed and made the marriage official, the dad kicks in the church doors and walks down the aisle. The newlyweds, both at the same time, yelled, "Dad!" in confusion. The newlyweds asked, "What do you mean, Dad?" The man explained that was his father. The dad walked on stage and said, "Sorry I'm late, son. I love you so much. Glad I could be here for the happiest day of your life." Then he looked at his daughter and said, "Oh, haven't seen you in a while." So the daughter came to the conclusion that the dad left her mother and her and started a new family. And she just married her biological brother. She yelled, "Oh my God! Dad, how could you do this? You left us, and now I'm married to my brother? And guess what? I'm pregnant." The husband said, "Oh wow, that's awesome. I mean, I'm still down for this marriage if you are." At that moment, the father pulled his pants down and whipped his penis out, peeing on the girl's mother for a second time. As he zipped his pants up, he said, "All right, I'm gonna go now. Bye, son. I love you so much," flicking his daughter off on the way out, never to be seen again for another 10 years. So 10 years later, the father gives her a call. She answers, "Hello?" The father says, "Hi, it's me, your dad." And she says, "You have a lot of nerve calling me after the last time I saw you. I don't know if I want to speak to you." And he said, "Wait, don't hang up. There's something important I need to tell you. Please, meet me at my office downtown." She said, "What? You have an office downtown? You've lived here this whole time?" He said, "Yes, but that's not important. I have something important I need to tell you. Please. You don't have to speak to me ever again, but I need to tell you this." She hesitated a little, but then she agreed to meet him. She thought in the back of her mind, it could be him apologizing. Maybe he's feeling guilty about all the pain he's caused me throughout the years. As she gets to the place, she walks in and says, "Okay, are you ready to apologize? And maybe we can start over?" He said, "Daughter, I'm dying." She says, "Oh my God, I'm sorry, Dad. Is there anything I could do to help you?" He said, "Hell no," and headbutt her. She fell to the ground and passed out. Hours later, she awakened and saw her father was dead. He was shot in the head. She picked up the gun that was sitting right next to him and came to the conclusion that he shot himself. At that moment, 30 cops came rushing in the doors and grabbed her and arrested her. They said, "You're under arrest for the murder of your father. We know you had motive. You've always hated the man." At that moment, she realized her father just set her up for murder. The end. All right, Isaiah, time for bed.
I need some therapy. Are you listening to me? What I need, yeah. I need some therapy. some peace and clarity.